Does Rutgers have its ace in the hole? Airious reminds us of a former Rutgers Bailey great. Was there anything else to take out of this game? Let's get to it.
Here is Ace Bailey from the corner, giving this crowd what it wants right away. Shoot here for Rutgers. Bailey behind the back, 3 to shoot. Bailey fading away, got it! For Rutgers captain Austin Johnson, I'm Joe Malfa. Happy to have you with us on the Big Ten Network. There's Bailey with the good hands in the lane. Was it change up top to Bailey from the inbound?
Okay, big excitement at the rack last night. Yes, I still call it the rack when I want to go to Jersey Mike's. I'm now ordering a roast beef sandwich. Nonetheless, excitement in the air. Ace Bailey's first game with Rutgers and at home, and you can just feel the excitement. And when he hit his first 3 and the crowd erupted, you knew it was going to be that kind of night. Post-game, obviously Ace dominated the storylines, but were there other things that we can get out of this game that maybe didn't get a little more attention? We'll get to it. Ace Bailey reminds us of that other former Rutgers great, Jammin' James Bailey. I mean, he used his full arsenal last night. 3-pointers, highlight reel dunks. He just did not disappoint. He had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 for 10 shooting. He was just up and down all over the floor, and that created a lot of excitement. But that's not just, although it's the main storyline for obvious reasons, there were a lot of things to take out of this game. And one of the things I would like to take out of this game is the widespread contributions from everybody. I mean, there were, if Ace didn't play last night, Dylan probably would have gotten some headlines, but Zach Martini had himself a game, 18 points, 7 of 10 shooting, 4 for 7 from 3. I think he was 4 for 4 in the first half. Obviously, as we start the season, he's a guy that you can rely on. He was great down the stretch against St. Peter's in the 5-hole. On another night, he would have gotten a lot more attention. Nonetheless, good job by Zach Martini. Dylan does what he does. Another workmanlike, ho-hum, 20-point game. He was 6 for 9 from the floor, 2 for 3 from 3, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. So the bugaboo that he had from 3-point range last game and from the free throw line in the first game against Wagner, you knew those would go away, and they did. PJ Hayes, another terrific game, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 for 4 from 3. This guy's just another one. This team is a different kind of team. This team is not your dad's Rutgers team, although if your dad kind of grew up in the mid-70s like I did, we had some good teams in that 75 to 78, 79 run. Nonetheless, we're not going to be spending a lot of time pulling our hair out with 51-49 nail biters, praying that we can get a shot or don't go cold or cold shooting for 7 or 8 minutes. This team, they can spread the ball around. They can cut to the lane, cut to the basket. They can run the ball up and down the floor. They can kick it out. Guys like Zach Martini and PJ Hayes and Dylan can hit threes. This is just going to be a fun team to watch. But I do see some challenges. We'll get to that in a minute. Lathan Somerville, double digits again, 10 points, 7 rebounds, a little bit off from the foul line. He was 2 for 5 after going 4 for 5 in the first game. He was 80%, brings him back down to 60% now, being 6 for 10. I think he'll improve there. J. Mike, 9 points off the bench, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. I have to tell you that for obvious reasons, Ace and Dylan are going to be getting the headlines on a nightly basis, but Jordan Durkak is the guy. This guy he brings his lunch pail every night, and he's going to be. This is a guy I've said before that fans are going to love. He just comes in, determined, gritty, spreads the ball around, versatile, can do a lot of different things. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Somebody, was it the guys from Rutgers Rants? I don't know. Somebody in New Jersey media called him the Jason Kidd of this team. He's a guy that you can just... There are going to be nights when we're not high-flying and scoring a lot of points. He's going to be the guy, the glue that keeps us together and makes some plays. Tyson Acuff chipped in 5 points. Boley didn't play a lot, but he had 2 points. 98-81 victory over Monmouth. That is 21.5-point favorites. The first half was 47-30 at halftime. I said, okay, finally a game. We're going to play up to our potential, and we're going to win the way that we should. But Monmouth didn't go away, and that leads me to my first bugaboo, virtually only bugaboo with the team, and that's the perimeter defense was bad again last night. Abdi Bashar, guard for Monmouth, averages 18 points per game. He had 38 points, 11 of 23 shooting, 10 for 17 from 3. He was just raining them down. Teams are going to figure out that you can just rain down threes from the outside. You got to hope you hit them, but St. Peter's and Monmouth are hitting them. Madison Durr, the other guard, 17 points, 7 of 16 shooting. So we're going to have to tighten up that perimeter D. Once competition steps up, we're not going to be able to pull away late and run away with the game. Although last night, Monmouth was, we led the whole game. We led wire to wire. Didn't have any sense at all that Monmouth was going to make a run. I think they got it back down to 10 points in the second half on a three-pointer by Bashir. You could just hear the crowd go, oh man, not again. But nonetheless, we did what we had to do. We made our own shots down the stretch. We scored 98 points. I don't know when the last time that happened with a Steve Peichel team. Maybe somebody knows, but offhand, I don't. But there are positives to take out of this game stylistically, eyeball test, and on offense. And this is big for us because we've been a struggling team, and at least offensively. And one of the things that I had concerns about, would Steve Peichel be able to coach offense? Now, you can say, okay, with these guys, how can you not? But it's not always that easy. We're making improvements along the way. On field goals, we were 31 to 52, 60%. Last year, that probably, if we shot 60% overall, that probably gets us into the tournament. 11 of 20 from 3. Now, remember against Wagner, we were 3 for 16, 20%. We got a little better against St. Peter's, 55% last night. I don't expect us to hit 55%, but I think last year we were, under 30%? There were plenty of nights where we were less than 20%. I think J. Mike was 20% for the year. If we can continue to be able to kick the ball out, hit threes with Zach, Dylan, PJ Hayes, Ace, this is going to be a fun team to watch. We're not going to be biting our nails over, 55, 51 nail biters. Just hope that down the stretch against better teams that we don't get in these 90, 88 shootouts. I'm not totally comfortable with that. At some point, we're going to have to play defense like we did in the second half against St. Peter's. Nonetheless, we also improved in free throws. First game against Wagner, not good. Last game, remember, we shot 72%. That's, a lot of people said, we had a good night, but, that's improvement. It's pretty decent. Want to be better, want to be at 75 or higher. And we were at 78%, so that's improvement as well. We out-rebounded Monmouth. I'd like to see more total rebounds, or both teams really weren't missing a lot. 37 to 28, 8 steals. We had another 5 blocks. We had 5 against St. Peter's, 5 again last night. Interesting stat, and I don't know when the last time this happened. Doesn't happen a lot with Rutgers. 24 fast break points. That's a good job. Here's the only thing I'll say about that. Monmouth's defense. They give up 50% shooting to opposing teams, and they give up an average of 88 points a game. Michigan State, they had 25 fast break points against Monmouth. So I'm not going to be giddy. It was a fun game to watch. It was kind of like an exhibition all-star kind of game, and we haven't seen this style of ball. I think fans love it. Fans deserve it. We're finally kind of playing modern basketball. I'd like to see the defense tighten up a little bit, but this was a fun one for Rutgers fans, and it's going to be a lot of fun and really interesting to see once we get to Las Vegas if we continue our high-flying ways, spreading the ball around, having guys rotate in off the bench, doing a really good job. One thing I'm comfortable with, if somebody's having an off night, you know, you can have Dirk Cat come off the bench. Jay Mike's playing well off the bench. You know, Jeremiah Williams. I mean, we have all these guys that we can rotate in and out and do a really good job. PJ Hayes. This is going to be a fun year. I hope it results in executing wins on the court. And really nice to get a tournament bid. And the buzz around the program is palpable. But we have some steps to before we get to where we want to and need to get. But it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of highlight reels on the sports channels and on YouTube this coming year. We got Maryland today. Let's go into Maryland and, you know, get that 6th win and bowl bid. We're going to have to stop Billy Edwards and Maryland's passing game, get them to turn the ball over a little bit. They lost to Northwestern 37-10 with 5 turnovers. Hopefully Kyle is back and we can grind out some yards on the ground while being able to show some balance and pass against the Maryland defense. That, you know, it's not a great defense. You know, they've given up some points this year. Nonetheless, congratulations to Rutgers Hoops, Ace Bailey, and let's hope Rutgers football can pull out their 6th win. Oh, by the way, it is available now if you haven't got some. Eric LeGrand's single barrel cast strength bourbon clocks it at 52.7. We know the significance of 52, and it's available now. Percentage of the proceeds go to the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation for Spinal Research, and it's really good bourbon. Everybody enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you the next time. Cheers. Yeah, it's good. It's really good.